give you a little break. What I'll show you now is just some of the, so Hapkido, we also have some strikes and kicking, and what I'll show you now is how to integrate. I don't like putting strikes into my Hapkido, as I have to, because I like to be able to dominate or control something without using striking technique. Sometimes you have to. So I'll just show you some of the stuff you can do with the striking. Probably familiar to most of you, but as far as somebody. So I'll just put it over here. That's right. Right, so here, you can do this technique here, grabs you, okay? You're here, as you step into here, you can also, rather than going straight to here, you can put in a slap, okay? Into the balance point there, the balance point there, the cluster there. So you can do a slap, just to add to it, okay, as you're doing your technique. You can also do a little kick to, everything when you balance, you can do a little scoop kick there. So as you're doing your techniques, you can add these little strikes in to your techniques, okay? So I don't do it personally myself, unless I'm doing pressure testing and got gear on and that sort of stuff, because I don't want to rely on strikes over good technique, good understanding of the concepts and how the body mechanics works and structure. To me, it's to me strikes are like icing in a cake, right? And the body of the cake is good technique. You're basically your ingredients of the cake are your techniques, your foundation, your good skills, understanding breaking balance, breaking structure, understanding ankles, that sort of stuff. That's your cake, okay? And your icing is the strikes and the dirty stuff, the fingers and eyes and that sort of stuff in Hapkido. And when somebody starts at any martial art, there's a ton of icing and not much cake. But as your skill levels increase, the cake gets more and the icing gets less. Okay? So I try to have less icing and more cake. Whereas somebody who's perhaps a CTB person, like the military style stuff, once it's more brutal, they have more icing. Okay? No right or wrong. Because we got a cake that's all icing or a cake that's all cake, still good cake, it will taste good, right? So and I have to acknowledge Simon Ogden from the New Zealand Federation, who gave me the knowledge a few weeks ago, all right? He said, he told me about the icing in the cake, all right? So you're really sort of a purist like me, and you're trying to understand how things work without having to use violence, which is good technique, for a lot of cake. But if I was, in a bad situation, I probably put icing in my technique. It doesn't matter, it's the same outcome. So the icing in the cake is pretty good. I quite like technology. All right. So what I'll show you now is a kick that was originally a Hapkido kick, and I'll just show it to you. I'll set it up for you. So I'll borrow somebody who's got a really good front kick. Okay. So this is probably one of our mid-level techniques, and the front kick comes in. All right. So notice what I did here. I agreed with the kick. If I walked into the kick, I was going to wear it. So I just go back. This is motion with the hinge, and I got this from European sword fighting, right? 13th century sword and buckler fighting. Okay, I studied European medieval martial arts as well. This motion here, the hinge. Okay, so you have here. Before he could reach me, by taking my target away a little bit, right? And you just start with the kick. Here. Okay, so I'm here. Target's here. Okay, so the moment he's floating for a second, okay, because he's overextended himself. As he's doing that, catch the leg. Now, normally here, I'll come in, I might do slide back to here, I'll do a palm strike down to the ankle. Okay, I'll do it to him. He's going to fall forward on his front leg, I'm going to come down here and drop spin kick. Right? So that's one of the Hapkido specialist kicks, okay? Comes in, 1, 2, 3. Up again, okay? So that's, you probably don't see that much, it's sort of something we do in Hapkido. Now, I don't do it the way the Koreans do, right? The Koreans will come right down onto the ball of their foot, knee almost on the ground, and get as low as I did, and do the kick, all right? I can't do it, and not many Europeans can, all right? Then you'll see people who will drop their knee onto the ground and spin on their knee. I was watching an Australian Hapkido guy the other day, because a lot of Europeans try to kick, we damage our knees, okay? He went down on that point there. So I came down, I just moved to here, I was on my knee, not on my knee, but on the side of my shin, okay? a little point there, which allowed me to spin round and come back up. Okay? So, just a bit of fun. Just find a space, do a front kick. 1, push the leg down, drop, spin kick. Right? Okay? Now, when you target this, here, I went for the outside ankle, went into here. There's a bit of discouraged of here. Better go for here, it's safer, okay? Not smashing the ankle, right? So that's just a Hapkido specialty kick that we can put into some stuff. I've used in sparring. It's pulled off. You've got to set up properly. But normally, somebody's got a really high kick coming in. Get down low, drop a level, do your spin kick, all right? You've got to time it just right for sparring, because often it'll fail. If I go too late, I'm here, bang, it's balanced back. I go here, it doesn't work because he's bounced again. Then I'm a word of pain. All right. So make sure that's why I do the capture and the push the weight down the front leg. Then I do the drop kick. Okay. So just play with that technique. All right. It's very different than what you've done before. So give it a go. Okay. Thank you.